This white wilderness, this emptiness,
is Surface 1.
I'm standing in the middle of a frozen ocean. Beneath my feet, and for over 500 miles in every direction, there are several meters of ice. But something significant is likely to happen here
On this level.
soon. Chances are that sometime within the next few decades, perhaps even as soon as
19.
there will be
139.
here for the first time in human recorded history. The Arctic and Antarctic are changing. Enormous
Strats.
that have been frozen for thousands of years are breaking apart and melting away.
Speed.
Scientists are going to extremes to find out exactly what's going on. For them, these are exciting times. But the transformation that's being seen here will be felt far beyond the polar wilderness. In this
Tutorial.
I'll be trying to understand what these changes mean, not just to the wildlife and people that live around the poles, but to the whole
Elite community. Out of order keys, or OOK, is a combination of two tricks which allow us to collect the safe key before the large key. The first trick, the offset lure, is a standard lure with a twist. We will draw the two guards, Luke and Richard, towards this door in order to open it. This was always a hypothetical strat, but it is realised consistently by luring the two guards to slightly different spots. The first to arrive, renamed Flo, will be lured slightly further away from the door and ever so slightly closer to the centre. If done correctly, the second to arrive, Sophie, cannot get close enough to her target spot without opening the door. This offset is incredibly precise and forces the use of 2.x with a non-GameCube stick. The second trick is a clip shot, a generalisation of Depot's trend shot. Having set the lure going, we'll escape to the left and shoot over the edge of this empty hut. The bullet will pass clean through the wall, but unfortunately also through the two guards who start in that hut. This is because they unload unless you look through a window or into the open doorway. We will aim instead for a guard, Sam, who will spawn just behind the hut door and loads when he crashes into it. We will be shooting blind over the left corner of the empty hut, but simply by pulling the KF7 we can know almost to the frame when he will spawn. So as mentioned, you'll need 2.x with an original stick. I also highly recommend practicing with the invisibility cheat, as you can play out runs without good animations from both Luke and Richard. Personally, I cruise control my movement stick backwards slightly to make full speed easier. This cruise control is also essential for a micro strat that I'll mention later. Hold A and B to cut the first cinema and watch at least most of the first cinema. We then take a route very similar to the Agent one. As you leave the tree line, tuck in a bit to head to the hut door. Unstrafe and take out the patrolling guard, David, through the snowdrift. We'll pick up his KF7 later to improve the run's odds. This is the run on emulator, with my heads-up display lure script running. This run looks up just in time to reload the guard in the background and prevent him from ruining the auto-aim. I judge this by the change in the music. When you look up, David will always be in the same spot, unless you cut the second cinema really early. Here I purposely wait the music cue, and Pete, the guard at the back, ruins my auto-aim. Notice the bullets go above the snow line. Next is the key element, which initially you should learn with 100% look down and crouch. Set your angle roughly at Luke, back into the left corner of the doorframe, and then set your angle precisely down the middle of Luke. Enter 100% look down and crouch. Be very careful not to twist as you look down. Now release R-aim and creep forward until the edge of the step meets the corner of the screen. Grab R-aim if you're cruise controlled and stand up. Be careful not to twist, this time because surprisingly it will actually move you around. This shows the perfect outer spot with the perfect angle in emulator. The edge of the step really is the perfect reference point. Finally, this just shows how precise the movement is. Ideally, we should not look down at all, as this is a big time waste. I think this can be achieved by using cruise control. We simply need to un-R-aim for the right amount of time. I found it is still necessary to crouch to reduce bond speed. Here I am practicing the timing and hit it a few times. And here I nearly pulled it off. Next we shoot near the guard pair to lure them to the door. We need them to start moving at different times. An easy method to achieve this is to shoot down the middle and hope for different reaction speeds. The first guard, Flo, straightens up and then starts moving. Immediately back up into the corner of the door frame, as shown by the Lua script here, and R-aim to stop Bond bouncing up and down, as this keeps him slightly further out. Wait for Sophie to move, and then begin the escape. Again, don't twist until Sophie starts moving. Here I show what happened. It was going well, if slow, until Flo decides to animate, which allows Sophie to effectively shove her out of the way. This can be avoided by not looking at Flo. The escape is all about staying out of sight of the guard pair, and this is visualized here with another Lua script. As soon as you cross the room boundary, shown in blue, a timer starts. We want to have the KF7 out before this reaches 4 seconds. Here it comes out at about 3.5. The room boundary links the two edges of the path and the hut's dip, which are visible in-game. Then I switch to the sniper, ready for the clip shot. Sometimes Flo will have advanced further, and you may miss the 4-second KF7 flash, in which case you are aiming for the 6-second KF7 flash, since Sam rolls the spawn every 2 seconds after you enter the room. It is essential to unload Flo before she reaches her spot, otherwise she will undershoot. However, unloading her too soon will cause Sophie to waste time. A good method is to look slightly left as you approach the clip shot spot, unloading the pair. Then I turn back and reload them immediately. Blink and you miss it. This prevents them unloading for another couple of seconds. Alternatively, you can do a quick scope with the sniper to unload and reload them. The clip shot itself comes in a few forms. The easiest is the double lure, where Sam gets stuck on the door, as shown by Henrik's detailed lure map. Shooting him draws out the guard who doesn't have a name. We then shoot this guard to finally lure Kevin the key guard out. A common alternative is where Sam escapes very quickly. This is good if you can land a hit on him immediately, as Kevin comes running straight away. Henrik's task gives the third method, killing Sam inside and turning to unload that part of the level, allowing Kevin to warp the door. Here's the double lure on console, without picking up the KF7. As you unscope from your clip shot, hold left to prevent yourself from reloading the guard pair. Take this line to loop around Sophie's line of sight and then be hidden by the safe key hut. Listen for the door opening throughout. For the expected ending, we can find some value in my disgrace of a TAS. Probably don't try to squeeze through, but do try to leave one guard alive to enjoy some boosts. You should meet Kevin at this corner and take this line to the safe to continue the level, with locks to look forward to. This tutorial has mostly been about getting a completion. Faster OOK strats need to unload flow after the clip shot, having probably used the KF7 to shoot SAM only, and spend very little time setting up for the pair lure. To fulfill my ambition of getting 139, we need near perfect execution and good odds of getting a nade later in the level. I've looked into this a little, and I think we should be able to make the odds as low as 1 in 5, but that's another tutorial in itself. Thanks first to Henrik for making an insane TAS, which demonstrates the more degenerate but humorable 2-second no KF7 clip shot, as well as lots of mental TAS-only strats. You'd be stuck with my 2 minutes 5 TAS otherwise. Thanks to Subdrag and Reckon Zoinkitty for their Coordinate editor, which despite its issues was absolutely essential in realising this strat. Thanks to Your Eliteness for his Function Explorer, which is solely to thank for understanding the odds of the look around animation. Finally, shout out to the beta strat,